All right, good morning, everyone. This is Tiana, and it is Sunday morning. It's about 11:30. I just finished cleaning my house, not because I wanted to. I have company coming. My aunt and my cousin from LA are in town, and we had a bigger get-together yesterday at my mom's house, but today they're coming to my house for lunch before they fly back. Well, my cousins are flying back tonight. My aunt's staying a little longer. Anyway, so we had a good time yesterday with a bunch of my cousins, aunts, and uncles, and my kids were there at my mom's house. My brothers were both there. I have two brothers, two younger brothers, by the way. So I wanted to talk today about why I decided to do this YouTube channel, because I'm starting to tell people now, my family. I told some of them yesterday. I told some of my friends the other day, Friday night at my Christmas party. So one of the reasons I decided to do this is because, number one, I have a lot of time on my hands. a lot. I'm a single mom, but my kids are all pretty much grown. My oldest daughter, Jazz, is 26. She just turned 26 last week. She lives in Sacramento. Yay, she's doing good. She works full-time and just got her apartment in Sacramento a couple of months ago. Then my other daughter, Shay, she's actually my stepdaughter, but I say I have 4 kids, even though I only gave birth to 3 of them because she's been in my life since she was a baby and I helped raise her, so she's mine too. And her mother would agree, so don't worry, there's no weird funkness with us. We hashed all that out way long ago when she was little, and we're all good now. And she's 21 now, so we're good. And she goes to college. She goes to Sonoma State. And then my boys, they're the youngest. JJ, that's Jason Jr., is 19. He lives with his father, but they're just a few minutes away, and he's here all the time. And then my youngest, Dakari, he's the one that still lives with me. And he'll be 18 on January 2nd. So yeah, my kids are big. So they don't really need me, like they used to. I mean, they come over all the time. I cook for them a lot, but for the most part, they do their own thing. And I have a lot of time to do what I want. And I've always loved journaling and writing. And I'm a reading fanatic and a book hoarder. Everyone who knows me knows this about me. I counted one day, I have over 500 books in my house. No, I haven't read them all. I probably never will because I continue to buy new books, even though I have old books that I've never read. But anyone who loves books knows what that's like. Anyway, so I love to journal and write, but because I have all these thoughts in my head constantly, and I always think, oh, I need to write that down, and then I never do, and then I lose it. But this is a lot easier because I can talk about it, and it's easier to talk and get it out than sit there and write it down and journal and then try to turn it into something. So that's one reason. Another reason is because I love to talk, and I'm very open. I don't mind sharing my business because I'm not ashamed. I've been through some shit, just like everyone has. I've been through some really embarrassing moments. I have a lot of stories, a lot of single dating stories I'll share with you eventually that crack my friends up. And yes, it's funny after the fact, but when it's happening, I'm horrified. But yes, I have a lot of those and I don't mind sharing them. And then, like I said, I'm just open and I'm not embarrassed. And I like to make people laugh. And even if it's at my expense, it's still a good time. And then also a huge reason is, I don't know, I'd like to leave something behind, or I know when my dad passed away a long time ago, 2007, I would like to have had something of him, like videotapes or his voice or his stories. I never really asked my dad about his life when he was alive. He was just my dad. I never really concerned myself with where he came from or why he was the way he was or why he felt the way he felt. And he was much older than even my mom, so he was from a different generation, way different than mine or my children's, where he really struggled. He was in the Vietnam War, the Korean War. That's how old he was. So he's been through some stuff I have no idea about, and I still have no idea, and he's gone now. So I would have liked to have heard his stories, but I was, like most kids, never really concerned with my parents' stories, only myself. So I never bothered to ask my dad his stories while he was alive, and now he's gone. So I was thinking, you know, maybe my kids should hear my stories one day, you know, even though it's hard for me to tell them one-on-one, face-to-face, because that's really hard for me to do. Maybe when they're older, it'll be easier. But they'll have this, because I'm about to tell them my business. Don't worry, I'm not going to embarrass anyone along the way, just myself. So I thought that was pretty cool to think that one day maybe my kids can look back at this. Not just when I'm gone, like when I'm here too, and learn about who I am as a person and a woman, not just who I am as their mother, because all women know that we're way more than just the mothers that our kids see us as. It's just, they don't really realize it ever sometimes, you know? So that's why I'm doing this. And then I'm doing it with my brother because, you know, he's funny and he's got his own stories to tell, and I'll let him tell those. So that's kind of just what I'm about. And I've got to share that a couple of months ago, I went to visit my aunt, the one who's coming over today, and my cousins in LA with my mom and my other aunt, my mom's sisters. It was my mom, her two sisters, their daughters, and me. So it was like a mother-daughter thing. 3 daughters, 3 mothers. And, you know, we had fun in LA. We went to the beach. We went out to eat. But to me, the most special part of the trip was sitting down in my aunt's dining room or in her living room and listening to my mom and my aunts talk about their childhood. Because I've never really heard her talk with her sisters about her childhood. I've heard little pieces here and there from my mom or my cousins or what they've heard from their parents. But I heard my mom sit down with her sisters and they just talked and laughed and cried about their screwed up, crazy childhood because they struggled way more than I realized. And I learned a lot. And at one point in the weekend, I finally started recording it, not video, just audio recording. So I have their conversation on tape now, which I would love to share with my cousins one day. But I thought that was really cool to learn what their childhood was about from all 3 of them and their perspectives. And that kind of is part of the reason why I had this idea to do this, to kind of share, because like I said, as we get older, I got this from a movie from Bridges of Madison County. The wife said, as you get older, you just want to be known, right? And I'm getting older. I'm going to be 45 next year. That's midlife, right? Halfway done, hopefully. So yeah, you just kind of want to be known. And I've got a lot to share, which all of us do. And maybe you guys can learn something from me. And maybe I can help even one person because I've been through some stuff that maybe can relate to someone else. You know, you never know. So that's my reason. I'm waiting for my family to come. My house is clean. And I'm good to go. So I'll probably be back later, maybe to let you know how the day went, or maybe with my brother. He's at work right now. But I hope everyone has a great Sunday, and see you soon. Bye.